Hello, hello, hello.
All right, Wade, we are live. Go ahead.
We are live. Hey guys, I'm in sunny South Carolina where it is cold. We're not used to this. We're not used to 30 and 40 degrees in the mornings, but it is getting, up to the low 60s today. So we're surviving. I know all you people from the north are laughing, but we like it when it's about 75 to 100. Here in South Carolina. Guys, I want to talk to you today, just give you some truths about funding and how to go find clients. The truth is, this is not an online business. It's if you are depending on just online clients, then you can take all those 80%. I mean, I'm talking about clients that you've never spoken to. I'm not talking about like Matt and Nick. They call and they actually talk to people. So if you don't, but people you never talk to that are going to apply, I want you to just keep one thing in mind. 50% of them that apply or have already tried everywhere else, and they're just going to your website to try unless you prompt them to go there and you've spoken to them. So your numbers are not going to be as high as you think, because a lot of people are really desperate for money, and I'm going to show you why in a few minutes. They really need money, especially during this holiday season, and also in January, February, and March are going to be three of the biggest invest months of the year for funding. But the key is speaking to them and kind of tempering the expectations so that they don't think that these are bank loans and that sort of thing. So but we're doing our best to get even those that are have misinformation or just didn't read the stuff most of the time correctly. And we're talking to them, and we got lots of offers this week. I mean, I just got 150,000. David told you we had a 225 that only took 30,000. And we've got several 75s, 50s. I mean, we've got a lot of offers out there. So we're going to do our very best to get them all funded for you. And right now, though, I'm going to show you something that we've already gone over before, but I want to show you just once again about where to get these clients and how to get these clients, that sort of thing. Give me one second here. Okay. And again, I like to always talk about the benefits of our partnership with Bank Breezy and David Allen Capital. I mean, as you all know, it's a 100% online process. We're providing, honestly, the number one needed success tool in businesses, and that is working capital. As a matter of fact, I was just reading, and I'm going to show you an article just a few weeks ago where it was saying that 53% of all the people in the construction business don't even have cash on hand to last them over 30 days. Isn't that's a little scary, but that's the way the economy is right now. Pay our commissions every day. You just got to get the word out, however you do it. And we do have a great renewal staff that's out there working. I told you about this, small business struggles. This is a June article, but I just read one recently that really adds on top of what they're saying. According to the Wall Street Journal, the merchants are having trouble getting any kind of loan. And it's just, and this is one of the articles, and they rewrote another one about this just over the last month. It said that 50% of construction companies said they have access to less than 30 days worth of working capital. That means they got to keep getting more and more and more jobs. While 45% of firms in the hospitality, that's hotel, motel, as well as mainly restaurants, they just don't have the capital they need. And it's going to get worse after COVID hit and all that money hit the street. Now the banks are just real tight on who they're going to give money to. And we can go over all these articles, but it's all out there. And we tell you the best ways every week. And I mean, your warm market, that's why, just going out and finding new reps are going to really increase your organization's funding, because every single time an organization or a bunch of reps come on board, the fundings in your organization go up 30 to 35%. It's just the way it works, because people say, oh, I can make some instant funding. And by instant capital in my pocket by getting the information out to some of the people that I know. But the meet, greet, and inform is, to me, always going to be the best way. I think that whether you're doing that meet, greet, and inform through memberships or chambers or anything of that nature, I still believe being out in front and talking and people seeing you is going to be the very best way to do this. And now you can get all these Connect cards and you can get them all in your back office. And you can order them wherever you want to. You don't have to worry about the and you can put a QR code on them. Hey, I've got my own. You can go to QR code generators, and they'll give you an instant QR code that you can put on all your cards. But I think you need them. I believe in them. I don't know how I would survive without them. And I'm getting funding still, and I'm getting people to talk to me still, and I'm stuck in this office almost all the time. But I work real smart rather than hard. I go when I'm out. I'm like, I'm telling you, I got a lot of information when Matt was on here talking about stopping at these Lowe's and Home Depot and all these places that and just putting cards out with these trucks and talking. He actually talks to the people. He doesn't just run out there and hope nobody see him and put the card in the windshield. Our best industries right now are still construction, which includes all the plumbers, electricians, pavers, home builders. That's where the larger funding comes. Now, if they are less than 6 months old, and I've got quite a few in the last 10 days of 4 and 5 months old. You got to understand, in the construction business, if you're less than a year old, you haven't proven yourself in the eyes of a lot of lenders. So we're really, when we're down around 4 to 5 or 6 months to ask for funding, we're not going to get the best offers because of the fact that they're too young. But when they get their first funding, they pay it back, and then all is good because they have proven themselves. Restaurants everywhere are looking for money. I've never seen it, so many restaurants being submitted. Of course, medical is always good, manufacturing, grocery stores, landscaping. And on landscaping, some of the northern states, just remember they go from landscaping to blowing snow and scraping yards, that sort of thing. Childcare and nail and beauty salons. That's got one of the best offers. It's 18 months on a nail salon. Got a 75 and 150, and the 75 was a 144, which comes out to about 29 points per year. The other one was a 137. I think that was down around 21, something like that, annual cost of funds. So we are funding, and as long as they don't have a bunch of negative days. I got 4 in a row today where they had 7 to 11 negative days for the month of November, and that's going to impact whether or not they can get funding at all. What do you find clients? Just remember, 7 out of 10 businesses are going to need working capital within the next 3 to 6 months, and 4 out of 10 need it today. They may not talk to you about it immediately, but they're going to need it. That's why the warm market and meet, greet, and inform is so important. If you're going to be an online marketer, be a professional, learn how to do it. I got Valpak in the other day, and my wife and I have texted everybody in Valpak. I got one response. That's all I got, but so far, and basically all of them that have emails, they got a text and an email to us, and then we're going to start calling everybody from that list. This is what Matthew does better than anybody on the planet, and Nick does as well, but Matthew is like an expert at it. If you just see people with wraps on them, take a picture, call them. If you don't feel comfortable getting out and talking to them right there, just call them and don't be afraid of rejection, because you're not selling them anything. You got to give them information. And that is going to be it for me today. I just wanted to run through that and let you guys know that man, there's not a better time for funding than now. Coming up on the holidays, folks want to get money and have it set aside to get through December, the last 2 weeks, like December and the last week of December and the first week of January. And right now it's a great time because the months of dates that they're looking at we're only at the 13th of the month. And when you get to the 20th and 25th of the month, then those months of dates can be harmful. But most of the time, it's not going to affect the stronger businesses. So, all right, let's take questions if you don't mind, Morgan.
Yeah, of course. It looks like the first hand we have up is Jimmy Ta. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, good morning, Wait. Quick question. When it comes to restaurants, should we stay away from franchise, like McDonald's, Subway, not even if they are owned by the franchisee rather than by the corporation itself?
Yeah, I would not call on any national or regional change. I'll tell you why. But some of them have contracts when they can get more money from the actual franchise Zor, the one that like McDonald's corporate will do something for them in a lot of cases if they're using that money to enhance their building. I know they do that with several. I guess a buddy of mine who's taken a lot of money through this as he's built his franchisee locations up. He's with Wendy's, and he's taken millions of dollars in this. But they have informed him that if he's going to use that money for expansion on the building, they got ways that they can give him and do the financing for him. So I wouldn't waste time on anybody except local home owned domiciled in your state.
Okay. Does it matter if they have more than one location, or should we stick with the really small ones that have like just single locations?
Oh man, if they got 5 or 6 locations, but they own all the locations themselves. Oh yeah, those are great. I mean, we fund those all the time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Matt Duhame. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey there, Mr. Cordell.
Hey, Matt.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, thank you for the recognition and kudos. I guess courage. Get over your fear, guys. You get out there with some confidence and just talk to people. You'll be surprised how they respond to you. If you really believe, and David talks about beliefs before everything, right? So if you get like hung up on this, the notion or the idea that this is expensive money, you're right, it is. If they don't have a good opportunity and use for the money, it's extremely valuable to them if they have access to it and they know that they can get it quickly, conveniently, without hassle, without a big laundry list of crap, to get it done quickly. And they know that you're somebody who is honest and transparent with them. You're honest. As I tell them right up front, like I talk to these people, I tell them it's not cheap, but you got to, balance. It's like, okay, you want to seem credible, you don't want to seem incredible when you talk to people. So back to the point, when you get out there, have confidence, because your belief is that you're going to help them get money for whatever they need it for, if they need it, right, for quickly, right, for use under emergency, or like we would go through those bullet points, right? You just study the script, guys, go to your resource center, simple, fast, right? Opportunity presents itself, it's quick, simple, all those benefits. You could expand, just think outside the box like a business owner and confidently approach them. Like I said, he said in a parking lot, I don't have a problem. I walk up to somebody because I know they may need me. So like David says, your beliefs before talking. So if you believe this is good for them when they need it, it is. I've got a lot of clients, right? And I've got far more submissions and declines and things than I have clients, but I'll go back to those people later too. They're people that know I tried to help them, and it's not like I lost a relationship. I still have it. But you're basically approaching people with a belief that you're going to help them. We do have a solution for 70, 80% of them out there. So just be comfortable being initially uncomfortable and say, this is kind of weird. I'm going to walk up to somebody. Yeah, do it. Because you're going to be surprised at the response. Like, I get it. I get the apprehension thing. When I started, I always revert back to the first month I started this on the ground in the United States, 2018. My dad passed away. I went up there. Wade I had maybe 3 clients at that point in the first 3 months, whatever. But I said, I'm going to do this on the ground. So I literally started walking to businesses in the flesh. Hey, how are you? You don't know me directly. I do this, not the script, but the introduction. And I can help you if you need it. But I was so afraid of talking to them about the money. I really said, this is expensive. In the back of my mind, I wasn't convinced that this was the best thing for them. I was going through the motions of it because I knew I needed clients and I wanted to, get paid and I wanted to earn some money, but I didn't really get it first. I didn't get okay, get inside a business owner's mindset. And that's what I did. And I think, and David mentioned this, you flip the switch, said, oh, now I get it. It's like the aha moment. Oh, wait a minute. They can't get it elsewhere. They do make good use of the money. They can turn it into a lot more profit down the road. I see. So the cost benefit thing here just slapped me in the face. I'm like, why wouldn't I want to talk to everybody now? Now that I know this, now I want to talk to people. I got over that fear. All that apprehension was just gone. I'm like, now I got it. And I feel like obligated to now. I'm like, what did this guy, he said 50%. What percentage of the construction companies are working month to month on their float? What? So that means that I'm going to go back to all the pictures of the trucks that I took, and I got to talk to them because I had realized they're in trouble for the new year. Do you want to launch the new year with some capital? Would that help you to launch your new year with a nice little cushion of funding? You just think about their needs. So beliefs come. The beliefs come before everything. And if you have those beliefs that this is good, then you want to make those calls. You want to talk to those people. You overcome those fears. They're gone. They're like the cost of the money's irrelevant. It's priceless if they need it. It's costly if they don't. Just keep that in mind and don't let that stop you from talking to people. That's kind of what I'm saying. I'm just making a general comment to the group because, you mentioned me, Wade. I'm like, all right, cool. He's talking about me again. I better just throw my 2 cents in. I've got pictures of trucks. Now David probably doesn't want me to do this. I would make a challenge. I would share. Well, I'd say just say, well, go ahead and your local Lowe's or Home Depot. I've got pictures. I've got so many. I didn't talk to all these people. They're shopping and the trucks are out there. I've got pictures I put my card right in there, slide of the door, and I took a picture of the truck with their phone number. And I've got to call them. A good reason to call them. Hey, you don't know me directly. I was at the Home Depot in Hackensack I think it was August or 2 months ago. Anyway, listen, the reason I'm calling is because I know contractors need money. And a lot of you guys are living month to month now. And we do this. And that's why I just have to let you know. That's all. And then would it be okay if I just shoot you out the link for you to use it? Apply. It takes 15 minutes. It's simple and fast. And you decide if it's your benefit outweighs whatever the cost is. That's pretty much all you're going to say. That's pretty much all you got to say. If you have a good use for the money, you decide what is it? Is it costly? Is it expensive? I tell them, hey, if they really press you on the cost, I just say, let's not get $5. You got to pay back $7. What are you going to do? Just address it. It's like getting $5. You got to pay back $7. Could be $7.25. Could be a little less. But what are you going? What are you going to do with it? If you got a whole month's worth of revenue, what would you do with it? Oh, I don't know. Well, then you shouldn't borrow it. You got to do this and this and that. Okay, if this and this and that would double in value for you in the next 10 months. Would it help you? Would it double in value for you, or would it help you? They always say, yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, then what's the problem here? The problem is that they don't believe they don't believe it's true. A lot of people, they've heard about it and they get slammed and thinking, oh, they're selling money and I'm getting harassed on the phone. But when they really actually get it and they go through the process, they can't believe it's real. Like, wow. So all the people, and Wade will confirm this, tell me if I'm wrong, that the businesses that we've gotten funded, let's say the majority of them, 80% really took advantage of the money and it improved their business. Would you say better than 80%?
Oh, yeah, almost all of them. And I think the biggest fear, Matt, is that that our agents feel they got to sell this, and I don't sell it. I when I did my $1.8 million one, the last thing I tried to do was sell. I just basically kept giving him information. He knew he needed the money. He knew it was expensive money, but he knew that I wasn't pressuring him. And I know that sometimes when it comes to agents, they need, a lot of agents need money so bad they don't have time to work for it. I get it. But pressuring a small business person to make a decision is not what this is about. It's a meet, greet, and inform, just like David said. If you do that and you do it, you don't have to do it 20 hours a week, but if you do it a few hours a week, every week, it's going to pay off if you have the cards in front of you. And these cards are not expensive. You can get 500 of them for, way less than $100. I mean, I through Vistaprint and now you don't have to worry about the tracking side of it and all that. So anyway, I really appreciate you being on here and saying all that. And anybody have any other questions? If not, we'll call it a week. And I don't see any other ones, Morgan. So guys, thank you so much for taking your valuable time to come on and listen to me talk a little bit about our funding product. Y'all have a great, blessed rest of the week.